Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the hills, lived a young man named Daniel. He had always been known for his bright smile and optimistic nature. From a young age, he was eager to learn and explore the world around him, believing that life was full of endless possibilities. But fate had other plans for him. One winter, a terrible storm struck the village, causing widespread damage. Daniel's family lost their home to a massive flood that followed the storm. Their crops were destroyed, and their savings washed away with the rising waters. Daniel's heart sank, but he tried to remain hopeful. He told himself that everything would be fine, that the sun would shine again. But things didn't get better. His family struggled to rebuild. Each day, they faced hardships that seemed insurmountable. Food became scarce, and the cold winds cut through their makeshift shelter. Daniel, who had always been a source of strength for others, found himself feeling powerless and overwhelmed. He asked himself, why is life so unfair? Why does it feel like everything is falling apart? One day, in the depths of his despair, Daniel decided to leave the village for a while. He walked into the forest, hoping to find some solace away from the noise of his troubles. As he wandered through the trees, he encountered an elderly man sitting by a small fire. The man's face was weathered by time, and his eyes held a wisdom that seemed beyond his years. "Why do you look so troubled, young one?" the old man asked. Daniel explained his plight, recounting the losses he had suffered, the pain he felt, and the uncertainty about his future. The old man listened carefully, nodding in understanding. "Life has a way of teaching us things we don't want to learn," the old man said. "But those lessons, difficult as they may be, shape us into who we are meant to become." Daniel frowned. "But why must it be so hard? Why must we suffer so much?" The old man smiled softly. "Because it is through adversity that we truly learn our strength. When life is easy, we grow complacent. But when the storms come, we learn to fight, to adapt, and to rise above the challenges. Resilience," the old man continued, "isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and finding the strength to move forward, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. The storms of life can break us, or they can teach us how to rebuild ourselves stronger than before." Daniel sat quietly for a moment, reflecting on the old man's words. Something stirred within him. He realized that he had been focusing on the wrong things, the losses, the pain, and the fear. He had failed to see that these challenges were opportunities to grow, to become stronger, and to truly understand the power of resilience. The old man stood up and extended his hand. "Come, let me show you something." He led Daniel to a small sapling growing by the edge of the forest. Despite the harsh conditions and the lack of sunlight, the sapling stood tall, its roots deep in the soil. "Look at this tree," the old man said. "It has weathered many storms, but it is still here. It is not the storms that define it, but its ability to stand firm and grow through them. This tree, just like you, is learning to be resilient with newfound understanding." Daniel thanked the old man and returned to the village with a renewed sense of purpose. He shared the lesson he had learned with his family, and together, they worked harder than ever before. Slowly but surely, they rebuilt their lives, not just through physical labor, but with a resilience born from within. Years later, Daniel became a leader in the village, known for his wisdom and strength. He had faced many more challenges along the way, but he no longer saw them as obstacles. To him, each challenge was a lesson, a chance to grow stronger. With this story, we can learn that adversity is not something to fear, but an opportunity for growth. Through the hardships we face, we discover our true strength, resilience, and the ability to rebuild ourselves. Life's greatest lessons are often hidden in the struggles we endure, and it is through these struggles that we become the people we are meant to be.